Yo, so what is good? I'm currently watching my mut mut bro, what? Must watch. Yeah, must watch playlist. So what it is, all I do is like I pick out people that I enjoy their content to enough to the point where I go through their YouTube if they have YouTube. If they have YouTube and they play Apex, Rainbow, any other game, but it's mainly Apex and Rainbow, and I'll make that my day. I get up, do what I gotta do, and I'll watch their videos. I'll support them like from a distance. Well, not really, but I'll support them throughout my day. But anyways, I'm here to show you guys and also tell you guys it matters how you play sight. So, if you guys know pace ball, I was gonna add a clip in here, but I never really got to the video to actually add the clip and just to demonstrate. I might do that. I don't know, but if you watch Pace Bull, I think he's pro, but he plays Siege and he plays for a team, and they played Chalet, and they were attacking, and then the defense team had a weird setup where they had feet holes going through the hallway, uh, in main. That's so loud. Main wine. So that's not gonna call out, but whatever. Forgive me for that. Like where wine's at, it was feet hoser. I was like, that's kind of weird, because normally is like it's rotated, and I was like, that's kind of awkward. Like, isn't that like a risk taker? Like, isn't that not good? Because on the attack side, they can see you. They can literally just ash it, Zofia it, or even just like break it when they get close to it, or whatever. Then I was thinking, I was like, maybe it's a good thing the defense of the team did do that. Why? Because it makes the attackers not push as fast. Because normally when you do have both wine walls reinforced, it's easier for the enemy team to push up because there's nothing watching that. There's no one watching that. There's no one to contest that. So it's easy enough to bring thermite or ace, run up on the wall and get it. And then then the fight begin once people are set inside of sight and people are actually attacking what they need to attack. So it made me realize, does rotations actually matter? Like, does feet holes matter? Do head holes matter? Does any hole you make in Siege matter? It does, because it changed the pace of the game. It changes how long the game would take, and it changes how short the game would take. Like I said earlier, notice how when you reinforce everything, the attacker just rush, 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 rush. There's no need to drone because who's gonna watch a reinforced wall but a Kae Claw or a Bandit battery? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, no one in their rightful mind is gonna sit there and watch a reinforced wall not get breached. They will let it happen on the behalf of their insight, so they're safe, technically safe. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to a long way where it's like, bro, why did you reinforce that, or why did you not reinforce that? It goes a long way on saying that it matters. So it can also change like your skill in kind of a way. But when you want to rush, you have to drone, but then you realize you can't rush because they have head holes, they have feet holes, they have something that can benefit them in the long run. Versus you, it won't mean much to you until you push it. Because don't get me wrong, we all had the first mindset when we first found out about rotations. When you first see a rotation as a defender, you're like, what is this hole for? Like, why can't I just use like the front door, like use any door around me? But then you realize it's not about using the door, it's about being sneaky in your own little way and being comfortable inside sight. Because let's just say you can't go through a door. All of a sudden, now they got Aurora. You can't go through doors. Now it's like you have to make yourself, I won't, vulnerable is the wrong word. You have to make yourself accessible enough that it won't kill you, because being available will always kill you. But then again, when you know what you're doing in your surroundings, it's not gonna kill you. It would just feed you kills. So looking at a reinforced wall and a soft wall next to it, don't look at it as like this is a trash setup, which in some cases it can be, but look at it as like someone is baiting me as an attacker, you know? So don't look at that lightly because like I probably said it enough. You would see a head hole and think no one's watching it. The moment you swing that, you're getting clapped, you know? And it doesn't go off like sound cue. It just goes off the fact that that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to watch this, and like you just fell for the trap. And as an attacker, when you see site setups, it looks easier said than done. Only because when you look at it, it looks easy to push. It looks easy to kill. It looks easy to attack. It looks easy to say, okay, I'm just gonna bring a smoke, throw it on the head hole, and just push the wall. Remember now, they have Warden, you have Jaegers, you have people who roam, you have Wame, you have people who can, like, not really disarm, but you have people who can use your smokes against you, you know? Like Wame, for example. If you throw a smoke on a Wame magnet, not only it doesn't destroy it, but it puts it in your face. So basically it's like the smoke or flash or whatever is meant to kill, not kill, I'm an idiot. It's meant to block off a line of sight on the defense. But then when you use it on a magnet, it blocks your line of sight. So it was way harder for you to honestly look at it as like, bro, I'm trying to just smoke out this room and play. But you can't because, you know, the Wame. And I'm just trying to demonstrate how an attacker view and defender view. And like I said, if you watch watch Pacebull recent video. And this video might not clear up what I'm trying to say, but his video would clear up what I was trying to interpret, because it was cool. I was like, why the hell do they have this? Like, I've never seen that before. Like, I've never seen like feet holes on that wall, on one cellar wall. So I was highly confused on why it was right there. But then again, it made them harder to push, but them being them, they made it look easy. But in a bot lobby, I won't say that, but in a normal lobby, it would be hard to push because people would be watching it constantly. So you have a hard time pushing it just to get inside the building, or even if just to get inside that hallway in general, because again, they're watching it, you know, cameras, beepers, Bluetooth cameras, players, roamers, you know, gadgets, util, all the whole 9 yards is just to protect that spot. Now, let's just say they did the default take. They reinforced, you know, everything. They reinforced like a normal ranked game. When I say reinforce everything, I mean like they reinforced the right things. You know, like they did it like how you would see normally. Now for the attacker, it's easier for them to push because again, it's reinforced. No one's watching it, so they can just take the hallway and save a whole minute to themselves because they don't need to waste time on trying to clear stuff, because then again, I won't even call it muscle memory. I would just say like it feels like it's something that's default, where it's like you don't check nothing if you know it's clear. Like in the back of your mind, like you know for a fact no one's here. So you say, F it, I'm just gonna push. I'm just gonna, you know, not drone. I will do certain things that I know I shouldn't be doing, but I'm gonna do it, you know, for the risk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just to demonstrate, as I said before, it would be easier for an attacker to push if you reinforce every single thing. And that's why for my bot players out there, not, you know what, I'm gonna keep that, I'm gonna say that. For my bot players out here, that's why it's not good to reinforce every single thing, because you wonder why the rounds start so fast and end so fast, because you're reinforcing everything and there's no need to do the thinkable, you know, like there's no need to drone. It's like for an average good player, you would think the thinkable about this player has to drone this, right? So I have to do two things: shoot the drone or swing him. or just, you know, be ready for a fight. But now when it comes to a bot, they reinforce everything and just leave it be. It's like you realize they can still push this, right? Like you realize I genuinely hate this like low battery shit. But do you realize they can still push this? It would just take some time for them to push it and actually execute. So now when it comes to an attacker, it's like no one's watching this. No, there's no util on this wall. That's a good thing. Like it doesn't matter if it's reinforced. For an Ashe player, it does matter because the Ashe, at the end of the day, she can't get the wall. But you know, for a Thermite, for an Ace, for a Zofia, for you know anything with hard breach, they can still get the wall. So it's not game over necessarily. It's just, you know, let's stop, pause, and think, and you know execute. But now when it comes to a defender now, it's like if they get this wall, what can we do? Even though we're all in sight, they still like the thing about attacking and defense have time on their hands. Always. It doesn't matter what's going on. And then for attack, they have the upper hand. Really, really leaning into like they have the ability to shift the room. So attackers can shift the room, defenders have time. You know, if you have time to shift the room, you would always win. But if you can shift the room and really manipulate time, you honestly have the upper hand on really, like I said, you can also manipulate the enemies, well, aka the defense, to honestly not play a certain role or play a certain position or even play a certain room because you have the upper hand, you know, and that falls under drones. And this is what I was trying to show here. Just me shooting around. Like basically this is all free, you know, like everything's reinforced, no one's watching it, there's no, like you can just literally, you can walk in here blindfolded and not get hurt at all. And it's a big deal when it comes to time because now if the upper hand is pushed too easily, the game goes fast because they have time to drone. They have time to like, you know, not do anything and just wait, you know? And I wanna honestly say this. When it comes to operators like Dokkaebi and when it comes to players like Thermite, hear me out. So my point is, it's not the ideal. The ideal is not to depend on the player who's playing a certain operator. It's to depend on the operator. Wait, what? Was that right? Yes or no, whatever. But get my gif. The time when you need a Doki call, you would say, you know, 3, 2, 1, you know, you would count down and you would talk with your teammates and you execute it. Versus you being a trash player has nothing to do with you being a good Doki player. Because all you're used for is your call. You know, it's like as long as you're ready and you do it right, you're straight, you know? Like you're good. But now when it comes to a Thermite, you physically have to be there to like make the execute. Same thing with Ashe. You physically what the fuck, bro? Like whatever. I'm just gonna brush it by. You physically have to be there, you know? And I can even say for more operators, but you get the memo, you know? So don't try to normalize calling someone bad because they're bad with the operator. They're just bad as a player. The operator isn't bad, but it's just the player. So the next time you want someone to help you out, make sure they pick the right operator and make sure you can be their flex or vice versa so you can help out each other. Just don't point out one thing about a player just so they won't use a certain operator. Because like I said, you don't need Dokkaebi to be around you. She can literally call from whenever. But a Thermite, like you have to wait years and hours and decades just so he can get out of spawn, get the wall, and just end up getting bandit tricked, and you just like now you're just useless. You have no more Thermites, you know, like you have no more breaches, you know. So I honestly hope this video did kind of like get I'll call it an opinion, fuck it. Get my opinion out there, you know? Well, I'll say voice, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I hope my video did, you know, help that in a way, because I thought about it and I was like, I'm gonna honestly put this into a VOD, because like I said, it was very cool how I seen that game. But again, go watch Pace Bull. He's very cool, very 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 cool. Yeah, I thought it was cool, you know. But yeah, like always, have fun. G.
Yeah, they have a pillar rotate. They have a pillar rotate. Just focus on front execute, guys.
Not holding the main source anymore.
Rex, hit pivot, flipping, and I drop on sound. Come on. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm sensing. 3, 2,
Okay,
1.
one still pillar on me.
Pilar. Pilar dead.
Okay, one pillar still again. Boiler rotate, boiler rotate.
One boiler. Dead.
Blue.
One pillar going back, boiler rotation.
No one told him blue. I'm coming to hold your blue hungry. You can plant, you can plant.
Blue. I'm planting.
Throwing stun.
Sense walls going down.
Okay, dead. That was blue.